Yes, guys, welcome. It's the Backpage. We're here with lovely Lola, Sammy, myself, Kwame, and we have a special guest. She is the co-founder of the Gold Diggers podcast. She's an avid Chelsea fan, and she's going to give us an insight into the Premier League, her thoughts on the game, the thoughts on her team, and all the other teams. So welcome, Anita. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming down to see us and giving us your time, your spare time. Obviously we can see we're going to start off with my lovely team. I am still kind of gassed because obviously Arsenal won yesterday in the FA Cup. So we're in the final, people. We are in the final. But my feelings were, I wanted to ask Anita, did you get to catch the game yesterday, the FA Cup game?
Yeah, I caught glimpses. It was a bit boring. But yeah.
It was boring.
It was boring.
What's your thoughts on the game? Because I know there's a lot of people in the world, or a lot of people obviously that were against Arsenal. They didn't think that we would be able to do it. But here we are. You know what I mean? Here we are. So what was your thoughts on the game?
Honestly, going in, I thought you guys had no chance. Honestly, like I said 3-0 again, another Wembley 3-0 battering. But yeah, big up you guys. You guys, we played like, did any of you watch the Chelsea-Barcelona match in 2012?
Yeah.
We played like Chelsea in that match. Congratulations. Really,
wow.
You mastered the Mourinho defending. Honestly, you mastered it. Luis had the game of his life. My God. But yeah, big up you guys. Honestly, it was a boring watch because you guys sat back for, 90 minutes of time.
You really can't give it to us like that, no?
I can't. It was so shameless. I cannot.
Actually, you talked about Luis.
Yeah, Luis gave the game of his life. Like, he brought back, everything that he learned from Mourinho and he put it on the pitch. Like, see?
I love how you keep referencing to your team, obviously Chelsea. Just give credit where credit is due. Yeah, a lot of people. No, it's true. It's true. A lot of people were against David Luiz a few weeks ago, where he made that big mistake against City. Funny enough, and he got sent off. And he took a lot of stick. He did take a lot of stick. I didn't give him too much stick because I kind of understood why he wanted him in the squad. But I'm so happy for him because he's kind of silenced all the critics. He silenced all the haters. Yes, it's just one game, and I ain't going to get carried away. But I think it was a great way to kind of end towards the end of the season, like to answer back to everyone that was against him because he did take a lot of stick. He did take a lot of stick. I don't think it's to do with Mourinho. I just think him as an individual, David Luiz, he's a great professional and he's a great leader. And hopefully he will be with us next season and he will put in more performances like that again.
You really want him for next season?
Look,
well,
go on.
Well, right now, who can? No. The thing is, I'm not even an Arsenal supporter, but right now, who can actually come in and do a job? Like, who wants to come to Arsenal and be like, yeah, I want to be a part of this, this project?
Depends on how you sell it.
Unless you get someone like maybe like John Stones, maybe.
I'll take him.
I don't want him.
But David Luiz is very inconsistent though. Very inconsistent.
Yeah, that's what
No, he is, but it's difficult because of, like you said, there's not many players that are going to come into Arsenal at this very moment. We are not the most appealing side as a young player or as your top professionals or your top centre backs. They're not looking at Arsenal as that team to go to. And I understand that. Hence the reason why I said that. I don't mind having David Luiz as long as Arteta can coach David Luiz to be better and to be less inconsistent. Then obviously, that'll be the icing on the cake for the time being. Until we get to a certain level, where then we start bringing silverware, because potentially we could be bringing home silverware this season, and no one in their right mind would have thought that would happen at Arsenal. So, I'm happy we still got another game to go. We still got a final to play. It depends on the game today versus Chelsea versus Man United. It'd be very interesting. So, Anita, I wanted to ask, you're a Chelsea fan, I believe.
Depends.
It depends.
Why? What made you fall in love with Chelsea? Like, where did it all begin for you? Like, tell us about your love.
Oh, like I don't know how to explain it. I started off as an Henry fan, and I thought Henry was amazing. He was really good. And then it's like everyone in primary school supported Arsenal, and I just wanted to be a little bit different, you know. I just wanted to support the other side of London. So my dad supports Chelsea as well. So it just made it a bit easier for me to choose another club. It was either Chelsea or Fulham. So thank God I chose right at the time. So yeah, honestly, like it's just a thing of growing up with my dad, growing up watching Henry as well. And then I thought, you know, Chelsea is the closest that I've seen to Arsenal at the present moment in time that I started watching football, like 2004, 2003. So yeah, that's why I started supporting Chelsea, and it's been a brilliant love story ever since then. I'm happy I didn't stick with Arsenal because my blood pressure would be through the roof. Honestly, it would be through the roof.
Yeah, she's so blunt.
Shade after shade.
I'm just honest.
She is blunt. She is not holding back anything. You can tell in her face. Oh my God.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Even throwing the shade. I love it.
My goodness. And can I ask as well? So, yeah, you supported Chelsea. You know, your family did. Did you ever play football yourself as a youngster, or did you play for any teams or anything? Or
I mean, you know, the traditional boys versus girls. You know, like be like the cages and doing the boys versus girls. And then I played at the David Beckham Academy for a couple of months. Really, really good, really entertaining. And then I went to an all-girls school, and then I felt kind of out of place, you know, like playing football, watching football and that. So it died all down from there. I didn't pick it back up. So yeah, only like in my primary school year 7 days.
Right. No, that's quite interesting. I actually really want to get into, you know, like the whole female side of the game, and like where do you think it's going at the moment? Do you think that we're doing well in terms of promoting the female game, in terms of the Premier League or the Women's Premier League? But also I wanted to kind of divert to today's game for you, Chelsea Man United. What are your thoughts on the game today, the FA Cup? Honest thoughts.
Honestly.
Yeah, stutter. I love it.
Honestly, I've been confident the last 3 times we played Man United, yeah. So the first time we played Man United this season, I took like the Gold Digger girls. I said, let's go to the pub. I even got us a table, everything. I'm like, yeah, let's all get drinks and stuff. Got pammed 4-0 and or whatever, fine. Second time around, I took my boyfriend to the Stamford Bridge. And I was like, oh, we're definitely going to beat you this time, blah, blah, blah. He sat next to me in the Chelsea end. He's a Man United fan. Sat next to me in the Chelsea end. I'd been cussing Rashford all season. Saw him score a beautiful free kick against me. So, lost confidence there. Third time around, I said, yeah, we're definitely going to do it this time. Me and my dad watched it together. I'm tired of being confident, basically. So I'm not confident. And if, you know, Ole beats us the 4th time around, big up him. We'll come for him next season, though. I doubt they can beat us again next season. But for today, maybe a 2-1 Man United. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 1-1, then penalties, and Kepa has a blunder. I don't know.
Wow, you're not very optimistic about it.
Being optimistic. All 3 times we've played them this season, and nothing has come from it. There's only so much optimism that I can have. I'm over it. Over it.
But do you think that Lampard, obviously he's come into the fold, do you think he's done a good job or he's exceeded people's expectations or your expectation, or you think that he's kind of fallen below par? What's your thoughts on him?
I think it's a tricky one as a Chelsea fan because Chelsea fans, we are spoiled because, you know, every season we are winning something, or if we're not winning something, the season after we're winning something, you know? Like, sorry, I know you got today.
There we go. Yeah. There we go. Carry on.
But yeah, we're pretty spoiled. And it's like, for me, going into this season, after we had our ban and after the whole Surrey saga and stuff, I genuinely thought that we would probably sniff 10th. You know, like where you guys are now. That's where I thought we would be. And I'm actually shady. I'm so sorry. It's embedded in me. But
I thought you just come from church and you're
that's where I thought we would be. And us being fourth in a FA Cup semi-final, I would have never even expected that. So it's exceeding my expectations. But now that we've seen that we are, we've been fourth, we haven't dropped from fourth since, I think it's September. We haven't dropped from top four since September. And ever since then, Chelsea fans have lost the fact that we thought we were going to end up 10th to begin with. And now we're like, oh, we should be getting top four anyway. We should be getting to the final. No, we have bums in our team. So, yeah, it exceeded my expectations. But for some Chelsea fans, they'll tell you that we're doing better.
Okay. I wanted to, guys, please don't let me take over as well.
No, because obviously you haven't asked about my team. Like since my team, my team.
I was getting to your team, Sammy. So tell me your thoughts, Sammy, about today's game.
Do you know what? Is honestly, I think that it's going to be a good game, but United is more on form than Chelsea is right now, and I think that right now United have a better midfield because Lampard keeps chopping and changing his midfield at the minute. So he doesn't really have solid midfielders that's going to go up against, Pogba and Bruno that is having a good connection. And I think that our strikers are more on form right now than Chelsea. So I think where the battle might be won is midfield and being clinical in front of goal. But Lampard is I think Lampard's doing an amazing job personally. Yeah. Like they made 2 great signings. I think that obviously you might need to sell your keeper though. And then go for what's his name? Is it Oblak?
Oh, what, from Atletico?
Yeah. And I think that if they do that, then I think that it might be over. It'll be problems.
Yeah.
It'll be slight problems. But I think today's game will be won in midfield and clinical finishing.
Yeah. I was going to say that. Like Anita, who's starting up top for you? Giroud or Tammy?
Neither.
Why? Why not?
Oh my God. Okay, guys, do you guys watch Chelsea matches?
Personally, I rate Giroud though. I rate Giroud.
I'm picking Giroud over Tammy personally.
I like
100%.
I mean, you look at United's defense, yeah, and obviously your centre backs aren't the greatest. Fair enough. Cool. But I'm in 2 minds about it. So we need someone that's quick up front. That's not Giroud. That's Tammy. We also need someone that's clinical. That's not Tammy. That's Giroud. So it's like I genuinely cannot choose. It's just dumb and dumber, really and truly. Like I'm dumb and dumber.
Then I think maybe you should just go 4-4-2 because Giroud's better in a 4-4-2 situation. I think that if you're occupying both centre backs, because like I said, both our centre backs are not great. So if you're occupying both of them, Tammy Abraham is faster than Lindelof. So Giroud is very good at hold up play.
Hold up play is very good. Yeah.
And Pulisic and Willian are good wingers that can actually affect our fullbacks. So unless you are willing to lose one in midfield to go up against technical man, then that's a possibility. But to have one man up front against Maguire and Lindelof, you're going to make them look like the 2 best centre-backs ever because, you're playing them against a slow Giroud. So it is tricky, but I think the battle will be won in midfield and clinical finishing.
I just don't think 2 at the front will ever work for Chelsea. Like it hasn't worked before. And it hasn't worked since 2009, to be honest. Like, it just doesn't work for us for some reason. I don't understand what it is. I don't understand why. But when we play 2 strikers up front, it won't work. Unless, like, if it was Werner and Giroud, fair, But Tammy and Giroud, can Tammy really... I just don't think Tammy has the brain to even find the spaces to get, Like, I don't see it. We're better off getting our midfield, choking our midfield, Barkley, Kovacic, Jorginho, trying to choke our midfield, trying to block play between Pogba and Bruno. We're better off doing that, honestly, than having 2 at the front. And hopefully, we like how Sarri made his play through Hazard, we make our play through Pulisic. and then we try and bag something from there. I don't know. I genuinely, like, from the bottom of my heart, guys, I don't know how today's going to go. I don't know how to predict it. I don't know what I want to see. I don't know.
I mean,
And this is the first time as a Chelsea fan, I really just do not know. And I don't want to be embarrassed for the fourth time, so I'm just keeping my opinions to myself. And sure that if we win or lose, no one can say that I said this or I said that.
I mean, I can see Bruno just like spamming one long shot and then Kepa like lets it through. I can fully just see that happening.
Yeah, there we go. I see that happening. Kepa's gonna fumble the shot. I prophesy happening.
Yeah, sticking on to the subject of Tammy Abraham, it looks like Tammy Abraham has kind of refused to sign a new contract or open new contracts because he wants to have a guarantee that he's going to get first team football. How do you feel about that?
That ain't no problem. That's fine. That ain't no problem. Like, really and truly, we have Werner coming in, yeah? Werner, he's a very versatile player. Even though he doesn't solely play as a number 9, I believe he can play as a number 9. Like, we have Werner coming in, we have Ziyech coming in as well, and we possibly have Havertz coming in, who can play definitely a number 9, and he can play a number 10. If Tammy really wants the game time, this was Tammy's season to show us that he can be our main man, and he hasn't shown us that. He showed us that for half a season, up until December, and then he came back, and he's just like, listen, I'm already the main man. He got complacent, and that's what happens when you get complacent. We start buying players like Werner, we start looking at Havertz, we start buying Ziyech. You understand? Like, for me, it's a thing of, well, if you don't want to fight for your spot, you can go, because you're not that good enough for us to not want to find another number 9. And if you want guaranteed play time, you put your 100% into all of your matches, not just 1 or 2, all of your matches. And if you're not putting into all of your matches, get out, because fam, get out. I'm over it. I'm very, very, very much over it. I'm over it. Giroud is bagging more than Tammy at the moment. How is that possible? Giroud is like 34. Double, not even double your age, but like 10 years older than you. Like, come on. Nah. He can go. I feel like that's rattled me. Like, nah.
I agree. Like, just piggybacking off what you're saying, like, I was having this conversation with Kami. It's like, if you look at all the, like, in the history of like these young players that are really like getting the bag, like, they've all done something spectacular to get the bag. If you're looking at Marcus Rashford, when he came on and like bursting onto the scene, he was banging on debuts, banging on international level, doing so much. Then he got the bag. If you're looking at someone like Jadon Sancho, top assist man in Europe, for him to get the bag. We're looking at, even down to someone like Saka. Saka's putting in work for him to now get a new contract. So when Tammy Abraham's coming with, he's gonna put the talks on hold. I think like what work have you put in really for you to now go to your manager and be like, no, like let me just chill. Like you have to guarantee me that I'm gonna get first team football. Like, but your stats ain't really showing that you deserve first team football. When you're bringing in a striker like Werner who's banged in like 34 goals in 40 something games, you can't match that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I think it's a bit weird to me that he's done that.
I don't know if you can question his effort though. I don't know, like, because is it to do with he's not putting in 100% or he's just not in form? He hasn't got the confidence in front of goal, etc., etc. Because when I've looked at or I've listened to Lampard and how he talks highly of Tammy, why ain't covering your mouth?
I'm trying. I don't want to say nothing.
How can you question and say that he's not putting in 100%? Maybe he is, but he's just, things ain't going well for him at the moment.
No, I think is what Anita is saying. I think that he had a good loan spell, and he's come back as the main man at Chelsea, knowing that Giroud ain't really going to get game time because of his age, right? So in the first half of the season, he was banging in goals. So I think it was that thing of, okay, we can't get anybody else, so we have to rely on Tammy Abraham. Yeah. So again, he's got complacent. Yeah. And like, you're not banging in goals. Giroud's come on. Giroud's doing bits now. So it's like, even though again, as being a younger, you're always gonna have inconsistencies in your game, but it's how you deal with it. But I just feel like this contract talk's a bit weird to me personally. That's just honestly how I feel about it.
Just going off what Kwame said, about how do we know, like, you know, coming off an injury, he's not 100% healthy. I have dealt with Torres. I have dealt with Morata. I cannot deal with another one. I can't. We are not babysitters. We're not. We're a top four. We're a top four club. We are a big club in Europe. I cannot be babysitting another striker. If you're gonna use that as for an excuse for Tammy, we need to put him in a bracket of Torres and Morata, and he needs to get out.
Oh, I think that's a bit harsh.
Nah.
I think it's a slight bit harsh because of his age and because he's always gonna have right now. He's gonna have inconsistencies in his game. Obviously, like we can look at the people in his age bracket that are doing amazing things, but once, let's say, inconsistency starts, we're gonna start saying, "Oh, they're not this, they're not that." But we have to sometimes still remember their age until their particular age. I think the age that they hit until you start saying, you know what, enough's enough, is like 24, 23, 24.
How old
personally. Is he? He's like 20.
He's older than that, no?
No, he's older than that. He's 22.
Tammy Abraham's 22.
I think he's older than that.
No way Tammy Abraham's 22.
He's 22.
Big man, I'm pretty sure.
He's 22?
He's actually 22. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And you got to remember.
I can't lie.
He's going to be 20.
Tammy Abraham is one season away from fumbling the bag. I can't. No, he's one season away from fumbling the bag because it's not even like.
Sorry to cut you off. It's not even just about his age. When did he start playing in the Premier League? He started playing in the Premier League when he was 19. He started with Swansea, went to Aston Villa. He bagged in Aston Villa, but you come back to the Premier League and you're showing your ass again.
Yeah, I think that Tammy Abraham might be in that category of the Danny Welbeck category when you'll find yourself in like Watford, Everton, Wolves.
I don't know. I'm looking at his goal ratio and he's done all right this season.
It's not bad.
14 goals.
I think it's
he's done 14 goals is pretty decent. And then above that is obviously a Sadio Mane, is a 17, Martial.
Yeah, but do you know what it is though? But do you know why it's slightly not good? Because he banged like majority of his goals in the first half of the season. He banged like 9 goals in the first half.
He was on fire. Yeah, he was on fire.
For him to now bang 14 goals now, that's a bit poor because you should be adding more to your tally. Because I think even Mason Greenwood might even be catching up to him. And that's actually poor for someone that's not getting enough game time. Do you understand? So you have to kind of weigh up the pros and cons here. But if Tammy Abraham's 22, it's slightly poor. He's one season away from being like a, I don't know, Everton player. I can't lie to you.
Everton do love taking players from the top 6 one, so you never know, to be honest. I say go in it. Palace need a striker. It's in London.
Oh yeah, that would be a good fit. Yeah.
That's not a bad shout, you know. That's a bad shout.
That's actually very, very good.
If Zaha stays, he's got the Zaha part. He's got he's got a bit of the Van Aanholt, and then he can bag goals there. No one's going to be mad if he gets only 15.
Yeah,
that would be even
because Palace need a striker. They're crying out for a striker.
There, I don't know why. Only God knows why he's still at that club.
But you see, that's why I say Tammy can go, because we're talking about Crystal Palace now. Crystal Palace.
That's just me, innit?
We're talking about Crystal Palace. Come on.
Hey, Anita, I like you. I like that is facts. It's facts. It's true.
What's that, Lola?
Is Giroud's contract up? Because that could also be a factor. Unless Chelsea are going to re-sign him.
Personally, I think Chelsea should re-sign him. I think Giroud's a good asset. Personally,
I think he's fine with being on the bench at the moment.
Yeah, he's like Giroud is a good, like, if you need him for the last 10 minutes,
chuck him on
to get you a goal, cross. He's
fine.
That if you need someone to hold you up the ball for 10 minutes, like last 10 minutes, and that get him playing that, Giroud's your guy. I think personally,
he'll miss a bag, he'll miss a ton, but you know, You occupy it. You know this.
I low-key feel like Giroud wants to play like football frequently.
He does, but also it's like
That's impossible. That's impossible. Unless he goes to the MLS. Like I don't really see.
Or Italy.
Oh yeah, Italy. That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout.
Inter.
And you're forgetting, like, Euros are coming up. He needs to show France that he can still be the main man. Lacazette and Martial are creeping up on him now. So
serious.
Oh, I think that
the champ loves him. He's getting cooler.
no, I think that his time might be up for the French team though.
It's not guaranteed. He goes to the Euros. Guaranteed.
Nah, I doubt it.
Trump loves that man. He'll do nothing and he'll still pick him.
it's true. It's true.
That is true.